Hey, this is John with Angry J Audio. We're finally back. We said that we were going to try to stay consistent with these videos, and we have failed miserably. But we are just up here hanging out today, and the idea of doing a video came up. So rather than come up with some sort of preface for it, this is what we just do anyway. We have geeky conversations about guitar gear, things like that. So the concept today is, if you only had a 3-pedal pedal board, what would it be? And we've kind of established a few rules. Mark, do you want to lay those out for us?
Yeah, so this is assuming you show up and you have like a Hot Rod Deluxe or a Deluxe Reverb, or something that has reverb, but it's just clean pedal platform. So obviously we'd all pick something like this. Like, this isn't a 2-in-1, but it's Klon with a gain boost. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
This doesn't count. It has tap tempo and presets. 1 foot switch, 1 sound, pedals. That's it.
Yeah, because these days you could easily put together like a 3-pedal pedal board and do like a Strymon Mobius, the DD whatever that's got all the presets and all that. And you could do like the JHS
like,
double barrel, stuff
we
like
talked,
that.
It was like, we'd all pick double barrels, or Nike would pick like his camel toe, or they're just 2-in-1s. That's all it would be, and it'd still be the size of a full pedal board because it's all double pedals.
Mikey loves his camel toe. All right, so check this out. These are going to be our 3-pedal pedal boards, hypothetically, if we were ever in the dire straits situation to be in that position. So we all are going to be running through a Deluxe Reverb because we just felt like that was a pretty common amp that people use. And if you're doing backline, you're usually going to have something like that, or like a Hot Rod Deluxe, unless you're doing something super high gain. So we're going to jump into it. Each of us show you what our 3-pedal pedal board would be. Here we go. All right, we're back. So I'm going to do the first one. This would be my board if I were limited to 3 pedals. So what we're doing is we're running through it's an older Deluxe Reverb, but it's a Deluxe Reverb nonetheless. And I'm just going to play a couple chords on it for you. That way you can hear it's clean pedal platform, just a little bit of reverb on it. Something like 2, not even 3. Just enough to make it not so dry. So here's the clean tone. Sounds like a Deluxe Reverb. So we were allowed a tuner in this. I don't know if we clarified that in the intro, but
tuner shouldn't really have to count as a pedal. That's just a given at this point.
Yeah, everybody needs a tuner, just especially if you're going to be playing live. You have to have a mute and you have to have a tuner. So we got a Polytune Mini on there that we're probably all going to be sharing for the video. But these are my 3 pedals. I've had this pedal probably longer than any other one that that I have kicking around up here. And this is a Timmy. I got this probably around 2013 or so.
You've definitely had that pedal at least 13, 14 years. Yeah. It's been a long time.
It's had many switches changed out in it over the years. I've used it so much, and I can't find anything that I like better. It's great. It's a classic pedal for a reason. So I usually set this as if the amp were breaking up, because I normally run like a British style amp, Marshall or Vox or something like that has just a little bit of hair on it. So this is basically, it gets me to almost like AC/DC territory. So I usually stay there, and it's almost always on, regardless of the amp. The EQ is really versatile. You can get more gain out of it if you want to, but I usually have it in this ballpark. And number 2, I have a Phantom Overdrive by MJM. I don't believe these are made anymore, but this has been a go-to tube screamer type pedal for me. It has a mode on there, a clipping option, that's just your normal TS-808, nothing special 808. But then I usually have it in this other clipping option, and really what it is just a touch more gain and a lot more bass. It kind of, instead of the bass cut that tube screamers are known for, kind of takes care of that issue. And I don't usually play rhythm on it, although you can, especially with that clipping option. But this is usually what I go for. It's mostly a lead boost in the stuff that I'm doing, like in Christopher Lee Bentley and the Protectors. Not a ton of gain that I'm using on a regular basis, so it's mostly a lead boost. most of the time using it as a lead boost, you know. And this is one of probably my second favorite pedal of all time, the Earthquaker Devices Dispatch Master. It's a delay and reverb in one box, but it's 1 foot switch, so you're confined to one sound at all times.
Yeah, that's the version 1, right? Like, you've probably had that pedal as long as you have the Timmy, like at least 13, 14 years, I'd say.
Yeah, I've had it a long time, and it's voiced really well. The reverb on it alone is a good reverb, but nothing special. Same thing with the delay. On its own, it's really good, but the magic is really when they're together. And I usually turn that on whenever I just need more wet, more ambience, just overall, a little bit of delay, a little bit more reverb. So I'll play some of that. Right now, let's go a little bit deeper on the reverb here and get it real washed out. Add some more repeats to the delay, turn the reverb up. Some really over the top lead stuff. That, you that's typically how I have it set whenever I just want overall more ambience in a box.
Yeah, just like wash behind like a solo or like a part. Or something. And then like non-specific delay time, like
right. It's good space. For that stuff. But a lot of times if I were in this setup, I use a lot of slapback, especially if it's like kind of southern rocky or country tinge. Sometimes you just need like a slapback, and I'll set it up like this. I'll turn the repeats way down and turn the time down a little bit, and I'll turn the reverb down. That kind of thing. But as simple as this board is, I think I can do most of the things that I need to do with it, and honestly, I would be more than happy to just rock this on most gigs, unless it was like a crazy heavy hard rock gig or something. I think I could get away with it.
Yeah, which I mean, your board for a long time was basically more or less that with a Phase 90 anyway. So I mean, like really, you're not missing much.
Yeah,
like
really,
when I think of your rig, like that's all it's really missing is your Phase 90.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to add a fourth pedal, it would probably be an MXR Phase 90, or maybe just an independent slap echo of some kind or another, because I usually have this one set up for like more washed out kind of sounds, and I usually run like a carbon copy or something like that, just as set up exclusively for slap and nothing else. But really, I could do most things that I do with this, and I think I've had all of these pedals for 10 plus years, and they're just stuff that I consistently go back to. So I'm gonna turn it over to Mark, and he's gonna show you what he would go with. Thanks.
All right, so this might be a little bit different than what I would do, say, if I were playing like one of my Voxes or something a little bit dirty. But I think I'm going to go the same route as John, 2 overdrives and a delay. I just feel like that's safe. You know, you have your, especially if it's an amp you're not super familiar with, have like an always on and a boost and some space. But honestly, if I were playing an amp that was kind of edge of breakup or kind of dirty, I could probably get by with one, and I like to do like a flat back and a long delay and stack those for my ambience. But all right, I would say this is probably my favorite standalone overdrive pedal. That'll be my always on, the Benson preamp, super amp like, just kind of covers the whole range of like just a little bit of a boost all the way up into like nearly fuzz. So here's my clean with the SG with super distortions. Just then gain. You know, just a good amount of like classic rock overdrive. That, like, to me, actually hearing this right now in the room, it feels a lot like early AC/DC. It feels like high voltage, Dirty Deeds era AC/DC.
Yeah, I think that's what we're all going for whenever you're trying to get like just a little bit of hair on the amp kind of thing. That's the good measuring stick.
Yeah, like just like that's a good amount of like always on. You can clean it up a little bit with your volume knob if you need to, or you know, there's enough clarity to where you can still add other things. Right, and then so for my second, this is the MXR Sugar Drive. Kind of the same idea as John with the Phantom Overdrive, just like a mid hump thing. Kick that on for solos, or you know, just to beef up what's already there with the Benson preamp. So here's both together. Here's just the preamp first. With Sugar Drive. Times at the low end a lot, focuses in the mids, and you know, just that much more gain. And then, honestly, this is probably my favorite standalone pedal of all time. I haven't had it on a board in a while, and after I play it, it's probably going to change. It's probably going back on my board. This is one of the Nano Memory Mans. And I don't know, like, that's versatile enough to where I could do the slap sound with it and get it dialed in right. But I think Memory Man, kind of low mix, but like long feedback, kind of longer delay time too, like just to where it's like almost getting ready to start self-oscillating. A little bit of modulation, like you just get like a cloud of wash under your playing, and like it's brighter than like a DM2 or a carbon copy, but it's not as bright as say like a tape delay thing or
like a digital DD3 or something.
Yeah, like it's just voice perfect. I don't know. I could go on and on about that pedal. Like the Memory Man's probably my favorite pedal of all time. But here's how I would normally set one. To where it kind of falls in the back, but it doesn't get completely lost. And you know, with gain, say I'm playing a solo, like that's probably a little higher than I would normally set it, but you know, just to showcase the sound of the repeats and everything.
That's a killer board. I mean, what's great about the Memory Man is like it's kind of like a wash of chorus that's not really obvious, but just hangs in the back.
Subtle, like just that tiny little bit of movement that, like, I think that's my thing, honestly, with delay. I don't really care if it's like an analog or digital or like a tape thing, but like having the modulation just gives it a little extra bit of movement, a little bit of shimmer, like just makes it interesting.
Yeah, it just widens it out some.
Yeah.
Good board.
I'll pass it off to Mikey.
Here we go.
All right, following the theme, I've got 2 overdrives and a delay, just like everybody else. For mine, I've got my Piedmont Electronics Aluminum Falcon, my Way Huge Red Llama, and my Way Huge Octopus. For the Aluminum Falcon, it's just a clone copy. I just kind of set it where most people would set it. Well, I say that. I give mine a little bit more dirt than a lot of people would. I don't use it as a clean boost. I actually use it as an overdrive.
Yeah, that's kind of how I set mine too, honestly. About 60-75% on the gain.
Here's a clean amp. Just gives it a little bit more oomph behind it, a little bit more hair. John seems like. I put my mid hump before my amp like overdrive.
Which, I mean, honestly, that makes sense because, like, you think of, like, the dirty amp, like, getting hit by, like, a tube screamer.
Yeah.
Like, if you treat it like that, that makes more sense. That, and I just want to say, too, while we're here, the top jacks, all side by side, and all way huge stuff, like, that just looks way neater than either one of ours that we put together.
The Red Llama is kind of supposed to be in the tweed amp-ish range, but it can get pretty nasty. I don't set it nowhere near as far as it can go. I leave my drive pretty low on it, but it's really amp-like. And then, of course, you got your third gain stage, you're like a solo boost where and then third pedal, the Octopus, it's kind of a set it and forget it for me. Leave it on a slapback, and I don't do anything else with it. It's just a one-trick pony, but I can't imagine playing without it, so I had to include it on here.
Oh, yeah, I mean, especially paired with the reverb, it's the little tiny extra bit of wash.
But it sounds like this. You can get that country tone, or just if you want just a little bit more behind it. Compare that with any overdrive. But that's my 3 pedal board setup. That's all I think I would ever need.
I mean, honestly, I can't. I mean, again, like with John's, it's like, I mean, it's pretty much all the essentials.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll turn it back over to John for outro.
All right, that's going to do it for us. That's mine, Mark's, and Mikey's 3-pedal pedal board setup. And I kind of like the exercise because it allows you to really look at what you need versus probably a lot of the stuff that we all have, because we all have super elaborate pedal boards here and there. And, you know, a lot of times I'll find that I'll have a big pedal board and then some of the buttons will go an entire gig that we play and they just don't get pressed.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I mean, I think about that all the time. Like another one of my all-time favorites, the VB2. Like, I mean, every time I throw it on a board, I'm like, man, I'm going to leave it on all the time. And I hardly ever use it.
Right.
Or, like really, your all's picks. Like, I mean, I think of those as the essentials. Like, I mean, like, really, especially your board, like, other than, like, the Phase 90, that's all I really think it's missing.
Right. Yeah, I don't use a ton anyway, and I'm always challenging myself to make the pedal board smaller and smaller just because I like the limitations of it. It forces me to think about my playing more so than what pedals I'm going to be turning on.
Yeah, I mean, it's less stuff that can go wrong.
Yeah.
In front of, a crowd, and, like, say a patch cable goes bad on you, it's like, oh, well, sorry, guys, I got to fix this.
Yeah. And what I'm interested in is, we showed you what 3 pedals we would use if we were in that scenario. So in the comments, let me know if you only had 3 pedals that you could use plus a tuner, because you got to have a tuner.
Yeah, whether it's a headstock or a pedal tuner, like, I mean, like, that should just be a given. You're going to have a tuner.
Get a pedal tuner.
Get a pedal tuner.
Get a pedal tuner,
Headstock
man.
tuners are corny unless you're just sitting around the house. Like,
Yes.
If you're playing a gig and you have a headstock tuner, not okay.
Not okay, unless you're playing, like in a session setup or, at home or something like that. It ruins photos, guys. It ruins photos. And there's no
If he
mute.
just saved up, he could have got a Gibson tattoo.
He could have. So in the comments, tell us what 3 pedals you would use if you were in this situation. I'm really excited to see. Let us know what amps you're using. If you're using something different than what we are, something that's maybe not as much of a pedal platform kind of amp, let us know how you were using the 3 pedals and how you'd go about it if you were in this position. I'm pumped to check it out. Appreciate it. We're out of here.